All right, guys, we are back with another episode of the Otaku Summit. I've returned this round. I just want to say thank you to you guys. You held it down last week. Y'all are funny set of individuals, especially with the never too young. Y'all got problems. I not much. I can't leave y'all alone to do this. Like y'all have problems. Like y'all have issues. Like I things you want to talk about things unprovoked is killing me, especially Vicky. Especially,
Wait, Vicky just have a funny face. I don't know if you just.
bro, listen.
Yeah.
Listen. That face is not only funny. That face is mischievous and devious.
Oh, I know.
Oh, see,
very
okay,
well. I know it very well.
we all right. We ain't got to do all of that. We ain't got to do all of that. But I am one of your hosts of the Otaku Summit, Kuma, along here with April, Viquel, and Omar, aka and only aka to himself, Bruce Wayne.
Not
As
recognized.
he like to be called.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. He's trying to be the darkness. He's trying to be the darkness. Yeah, I understand. He didn't want us to see his face.
Y'all see me.
And we are here today with some very, very, very special guests. Bey Entertainment, individually known as L and Devon. How are you guys doing? What's up?
Hi, how are you?
Pretty good.
Happy to
Right.
have
Be good,
you.
man. Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
Come to
Glad
talk
to
that
be
talk.
here. We
Come to
like
talk.
anime.
Come
We
to
like
talk.
ignorance.
We come to
and
talk.
it seems to
Funny
be a great
enough,
place for
let me
both.
tell y'all, and I don't know why Omar thinks this, but Omar thinks that I brought you guys here today to gang you. But it's really not that.
Yang.
Exactly. That's the same thing I said. Like, it's not that.
Yang.
Like, he thinks this is because
From
he
what
knows,
Kuma tell me, I'm coming for your backup. I ain't gonna lie.
that's why I thought
Oh.
he'd be surprised.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah,
he thinks
wow.
you guys are very big One Piece fans.
I'm a huge One Piece fan.
And
Oh wow.
just to give some context to the listeners and the viewers, me and Omar have been having, well, as you can tell from some episodes, a bit of the debate in regards to
Mhm.
X Hunter and One Piece.
Yeah.
Now, of course, as you guys can guess up to this point on the pod from listening, Omar is an extreme Hunter X Hunter fan. He preaches the sermon
Mhm.
anytime he lives in the church of Togashi.
Fair enough.
And I am of the belief. Yes, peak shonen. Peak shonen. Peak is in his word.
Can't forget that.
But
Can't forget that.
I love Hunter, but I am just of the opinion I need to see more. I need to see where it goes. I need to see how it continues. I need to see how it progresses. Because now to stock it up against something like One Piece, and this is what I said, and this is my argument,
Mhm.
you have to give Oda his props because he has been doing this consistently for years.
Very
We
true.
got week, world building, and delivering a quality story.
Mhm.
So if you're going to do that, if you're going to say this leaps and bounds over One Piece, and they're saying I just need to see more. But before we get there, look, he's ready. Look at him. You have a show. He
Yeah,
done
he put his phone down.
listen to me. He done have
He put his phone down.
everything. Looking like L. I don't know. Well, L from Death Note, not L, but L looking like L doll too. But it's like I see. But before we get there, Anime Expo is happening right now at this very moment as we speak. There are pages, waves, and otakus everywhere going insane, and I understand why. Because we got some amazing news out of this year's Anime Expo. We are living in arguably the best era for anime. Like there's no perfect time
Easily.
in anime
Yeah.
Easily.
than it is right now.
I'm happy to be alive at this time.
It's what I'm saying. Like it's
I hate to be a caveman. I hate to be a caveman.
I still like it from back
why
when
the
I
face?
was, that's just me.
Say it again, Vicky. I was going to ask you why the
Oh.
face.
I said that I believe my best era was when I was in high school watching it, but that's just me.
But see, that's the funny part about it.
Mm.
That's the funny part about. I'm glad you said that, Vicky, because it's like
They bringing that
everyone
era back.
anime community and the anime industry was like, you know what? that era when we were in high school, in junior high school, it's like we need to bring that back.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think it just
That there was
exactly
something.
where it
Yeah.
was.
There was something there. Nobody gonna like
Personal opinion
try
is
gun.
that leave it where it was.
Uh-huh.
Let people go watch the original Sauce. My opinion.
But here's my thing too.
See, right? I
Go ahead,
yeah.
mom. Go ahead.
That's what.
Are we about
No,
to start
I was gonna say
this
my thing to that
this
too
Trigun
is
argument?
no, not even just try, not even try gun. Like I feel
See,
like I
if
personally
if
feel
you
like
want to go there, we could go because like. Anyways, say what you gotta say, Jamal. Say what you
no, I was
gotta
gonna say like I feel like personally there are some animes from back then that didn't get proper adaptations or just not done right or got
I feel
proper
you.
endings to them. So that's why for
say.
certain things like say
Exactly.
example like Reborn coming
Those
back.
are certain things like that. That's fine. Bring
Yeah,
it
that's
back
what I'm
to
saying.
your
Like
attention.
Reborn, I like that that's coming back
But things
because it never got a proper ending. We never got to see it. So like I would like to see other animes like that where like say a Dead Man Wonderland. Like
Oh
that was
yes,
never
they could
done
bring
right.
that.
for
We
They could
never
sure,
bring
for
got
that
a
sure.
proper
Wonder
ending to
back.
it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so it's like I
I
can
enjoyed
appreciate them
watching that too.
looking back at older stuff and saying, "Hey, let's give it a new touch." Now, Trigun, I think they just looked at it and
Things
said, "Hey, Trigun's a movement," and it's like but Trigun seems to be like it's going to be a remake. They're focusing on a different. The focus on it is going to be different than it was for the original. So I appreciate that a bit, but it's still good to have
I
certain
thought it
things
was
back.
perfectly
Yeah.
fine the way it was. Also, I just
It
felt
was Trigun.
for those
I for
I just watched
try.
Trigon. I think like either end last year, early this year. So for me, that is perfectly fine the way it was. There wasn't a need to bring it back, but they did. I'm still gonna watch it because I
I
watched the original, so I'm gonna watch this one either way. But that was
see.
just my opinion.
Okay.
That's fine.
And
All right. See, the
I get what CJ
justification
was
for this
saying in
Trigun anime
regards
goes
to
Vicky.
What's the justification?
No, finish what you say. Finish what you say.
let's have this balloony. Oh, I agree with
Come on,
CJ
come
when
What
on.
he said
baloney?
that
Okay.
they
Say
like how they
baloney.
Okay.
changed
Okay.
how they
All right.
changed Bash
First of all,
appearance.
Well, no, they
I
didn't
hear
just
what you're saying in regards to the original Trigun anime being
Wait, hold on.
quote unquote perfect.
Changed. They
But they changed the ending of it. It's
yeah, they did.
not, the ending wasn't accurate to the manga. What I've gathered from the
Oh
panel
no,
that
it
they had at
wasn't.
Anime
It wasn't.
Expo is that they following the series closely with the manga this time, and instead of going the route that they did with the first anime, they're going to focus more on the characters, basically show why and how they came where they are,
Yeah,
and then they can continue the story like that. So in a case like this, when they actually trying to give more respect to the source material instead of doing their own thing, I perfectly fine with that.
Yawn.
Now, now the only thing the old ass complain about
so
is that
oh man,
they changed Bart hairstyle. His hairstyle
But
don't look as cool as it
but
did in the
yeah, it didn't,
original
it didn't.
one.
That's
Yada
fine.
yada
That's fine.
yada.
the thing is, I
But
didn't
that's
see
just
much people
cosmetics, mate.
complaining.
Huh?
I didn't see that much people complaining about how it did not stick to the source material. So why do we have to dig that back up to correct it now?
A
It was
lot of
quite
people
fine
did.
the way
It's
it was.
just that
I didn't
Trigun is
see
one
much
of those
people.
classic anime that people was just like, oh, we could overlook this or whatever. But
I think
I
some
mean,
animes do
where
deserve like that.
I've seen a lot of manga readers say that they mess up the ending for Trigun because
here's
it's not accurate to the manga.
I feel like it's
But
the
did
Was
same
an
way
anime?
with
they said complain?
Was an anime?
It
It
was
was
an
anime
anime
only.
original
It was
ending.
anime original ending.
Yeah, it was an anime
Tokyo Ghoul,
original
I
ending.
can see, because they jacked the story right off. But so Tokyo Ghoul is an example where they could have.
Milo.
but Tokyo Ghoul still kind of new, so it's like this. But I feel
Yeah,
like it's
Exactly.
like this.
People
It's
still
like
like
this.
that
It's
first
like this,
Tokyo
right?
Ghoul anime.
they
I
still
Oh,
feel
for
like
like
the
sure.
first one, but the
Yeah.
other ones
yeah, the
after
second.
that, much people
It's
didn't
The
garbage.
like.
Garbage.
first one
Yeah,
was
the
an
The
first
first
one.
average.
one,
You
Garbage.
know,
no.
they they
Yeah,
Hot
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
Rest of them is garbage.
It was better than what they did for season 2 and season 3, because
it was.
that time skip
you
between
Yeah.
season 2 and
you
3.
right. Yeah, that's because from conception they messed up that with that whole Rude. They from conception that was messing everything up. So that didn't have a chance at all. And then they tried to fix it with the third one, but it was already too late.
Garbage.
So
Hot sauce, hot garbage, hot
Yeah.
garbage.
yeah,
I love Tony
Yeah.
Crew, and they messed it up. But how I view it though is like it's like this. It's like with Full Metal Alchemist. We all love the first Full Metal Alchemist, and then we got Brotherhood, and then
yeah,
we realized, oh,
Yeah.
there were flaws with the Full Out. So
exactly.
I think it's like that in the vein where we did love the source material, the first one we got originally, but we just didn't know. So then when we get it, it's like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
oh, okay. So now everybody's like,
Exactly.
watch Brotherhood and
Because
don't watch the
because
first
when
one.
because when the
But
first Full
originally
Alchemist was
we
over,
love the
the
first Metal
manga was still
Alchemist.
going.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
love the first
Yeah.
Metal Alchemist. That's the thing. So I think it's kind of like that in a way, in
When
a
this
sense.
season come out, it better be everything underneath the sun and better. That's all I gotta say.
I will say,
That's all I
I
gotta
will say,
Like I tell CJ, Studio Orange don't miss. Them niggas don't miss.
well, I gotta speak for the anime because I don't think I've watched much of the anime. But I will commend them though because their CGI actually looks like something I would want to watch. Usually, when it comes to animes that are in full CGI, I'm a bit turned off from it.
I'm
Like
completely
I'm
turned off
like,
most times.
Yeah.
say it again. What do you say, Devon?
I'm completely
most
turned
cases.
off at most times. In most
In most
cases,
cases.
I just
About
hate it.
I
CGI?
think the
Okay.
Yeah.
one
That's just
instance
skip.
the
Uh-huh.
It's
one
just a
instance of
skip.
an anime like that I
Uh-huh.
actually did enjoy was Ruby. I think that was the only time I was ever okay.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say Ruby.
Yeah.
I could not watch Ruby because of
say.
that.
The animation?
I no.
I
I
don't
I think it
wanted,
fit
understand
there.
that
I
too.
could
I
I
think
never
it
only
get it.
fit
watched one
there.
or two
I
clips from
think it
that.
No,
really
listen,
fit
I
there
didn't.
though.
I just couldn't.
I feel you on the
Now that
feeling, but I couldn't do it.
they've redone it in a more traditional anime form, I was like, okay, I can watch it and I like it. But
Mm.
I just couldn't. I honestly, I just couldn't get past the animation.
I'm
It was too.
50,
Yeah, no, I feel you
I
on
even
that. I
went
normally
back
hate that across
after
the board.
watch. Said again.
Yeah.
Sorry, Al, what did you say?
No, I was saying I normally agree with you. I hate it across the board. That was just the one exception to
Oh,
that
okay.
term.
But what I'm saying, like that's one of my main like examples. Like even after I watched the new one, I went
uh,
and said, okay, let me try and look at the original. And I was like, nope, nope,
Yeah. I couldn't do it at all. I
nope.
watched one or two clips and no, I
I'll
can't do this.
I
I'm gonna
think I
watch.
only
I'm
Couldn't
watching
do
the
it.
like
anime.
up to the first arc or so, and then I was like,
Yeah,
We make
I
it that
don't know
far?
why I
I'm
don't
surprised.
like
that's what I'm
this.
saying.
Like,
Like, and
yeah,
I couldn't even with this new
because I like the creator, because like I don't like, because again I will
I
yeah,
always
see what
Red
it is.
I will
yeah, yeah,
always
yeah.
praise, like before he did Ruby, he did like this fan series on YouTube called Dead Fantasy. I
Uh,
suggest
mhm.
y'all watch that if y'all know what the hell Dead
Yeah,
Fantasy
fantasy.
is.
I'll put
Yeah,
that in
like
my
he
all right.
basically did like a huge battle royale between Final Fantasy characters and I think Dead or Alive characters. I think that's where the other game is from. But then they
Mhm.
had this huge war, and then you just had like these gauntlet fights against like each characters and stuff and whatnot. And he
Mm.
animated like most of it. I was like, yeah. And then I heard that he was doing a series. That's how I checked out Ruby because of that.
That's understandable then. So from your
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
standpoint.
that.
I
But then
surprised you watched that, but yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I really
yes,
surprised you
me
watched that.
too. Like I'm shocked.
I know you don't really like
Yeah.
CGI stuff. I surprised you watched that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. There's something about it. I don't know what it was about it.
The thing is,
I guess I was
it
just
looks
looking for something
interesting.
different.
Yeah.
The storyline seems fun. Like, and
It is. It
I always
is.
heard good things about it. I'm just like,
Yeah.
can't,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't.
Is
Funny
there a thing with
enough,
the
It's
funny
not
enough,
pleasing on the eyes. It's not pleasing on the
that
eyes.
no,
used to be
no.
my thing with One Piece
What?
early on. Yeah,
I could
You
see
didn't
that.
like the art style?
no,
What?
when
You didn't like
It,
the art style?
no, for real. I looked at us like I don't know
I
about this
surprised.
style, but no. But then I
Really?
watched it and I was like, oh wait, okay, I can get. It was fun enough. It was a fun enough watch for where I could get past that early art style. That real
uh,
early
Mhm.
art style. I was like, all right, I'm gonna do
Leroy
this.
being someone who just watched it recent, I guess he could agree to some extent, especially
Yeah,
watching
no,
it
the
because
thing is with
as
me,
a watch it.
I love closer to the '90s aesthetic.
No, I
Aesthetically,
agree.
that will always be top tier for me. So
Same.
when I
me
first
too. But
Them
it was
when I
just
noir
first
something about
visuals.
got into One
that.
Piece,
Yeah, it
when
was
I
just something
first
about
got into One Piece, seeing where it's at right now, and then starting it from legit the very first,
that.
I was like, I could kind of fuck with this. You know, it's a little nostalgic. The story kind of fun. It's
Yeah.
enjoyable. So I could ride through this. You know, this ain't too
Mhm.
bad. And then the story hooked me, and I didn't give a fuck what happened. I just knew it
No,
was great.
I
Yeah,
agree.
I was like,
I agree wholeheartedly.
I can I can get past this. I can
That's
get
Yeah,
how
past
yeah.
that's
this.
how
Hey,
whole Yu
hey.
Yu Hakusho kind of feel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Yu
Oh
Hakusho.
man,
That's in
you
my
have
top five, by the way. Yu Yu Hakusho is in my
Yu Yu
top five.
Hakusho.
yeah.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
my,
That's why I
See,
don't
that's
want
the
a remake for Yu Yu Hakusho.
I
no,
don't
It
need
see,
one.
holds
that's
up
No,
the
no,
thing.
they
perfectly
need
Yeah,
one.
I
fine.
They need
think
a
I
remake.
think
They
I
need
Nah,
it.
think Yu Hakusho
I'm,
Yu
Yeah.
Hakusho is fine how it is.
but no,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yu
they
Yu
need it.
Hakusho at the end, like it follows the manga. It don't really need a continuation. But some people
Yeah.
do. Like
right.
there are fans who want Yu Yu Hakusho to come back.
No, I
But
good.
but no, it's
They,
good.
It
what do
don't
they
need a
want?
Oh
What
remake.
do
yeah,
they want?
That's
I'm
fine.
I'm
They
glad you
want a
mentioned
Perfectly
some
remake.
fine.
things need stay where they need to stay in their
yeah.
time.
Yeah.
What happened, Vicky?
This is what I just was
Look here, she's like,
Yu Yu
wow.
Hakusho did not have the same
We
problem
didn't
as Trigun
decide.
had, Vicky. It
I'm
was
I'm
just
just
saying
accurate to
we
the
saying
talk
that
manga
of a certain shows that
through
some
have
and
things
through.
just needs to stay in the era that it came out because
Yeah,
it
for
just
sure.
has like a nostalgia feel to it.
Cause
Don't bring
they,
it
But
back
it's
they,
never
now
finished,
and then
Vicky.
poof.
It's never finished.
that's
Yu Yu
like
Hakusho was finished in its entirety.
Yeah, yeah,
Properly,
which
too.
what is
oh,
the
quick question. How y'all felt about the ending of that though? For Yu
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 Hakusho?
Hakusho?
One of
Yeah,
the best endings in Shonen.
It
Like,
was yeah. I would say
Yeah.
I'm very happy that Togashi did not make Yusuke be the strongest character in the end, yada, yada, yada. And
yep,
Yeah.
yeah, I
I
feel you on that.
love,
Spoilers for those who haven't watched it yet. You gotta do the little
if
bro,
spoiler
if
you
you haven't
warning.
watched Yu
if
Yu
You didn't watch
Hakusho
it
yet,
yet? You
what
what you
you
don't watch
doing
want
with
it
your
yet,
life?
right?
really we need
What are
to
You
you
don't
start
watch
putting
it.
we need to start putting rules and regulations onto this. If a certain thing has been out for a certain later time, it cannot be considered
Yeah.
spoilers.
If the show
It means
Yeah.
that
ended
you
before
have
if the
not done your
show
due diligence.
if the show
Like
ended
like
before half the viewers born, I think it's fair game.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
my
fair game.
spoiler
I think so.
my
It's fair
spoiler thing
game.
is like
I'm
14 days
sorry. It's like
afterwards. Is after if it's been up for like 2 weeks, then
Say two
it's fair
weeks,
game.
Ah, yeah, but
savage,
no 2 weeks.
Yeah.
no matter
savage. Say
what,
2 weeks,
Totally.
Different.
Mm.
That's
see,
Totally.
different.
it's not. Yeah.
savage.
But
Right now, I still in the end of Naruto. Some people ain't finished Naruto yet. I see
I
That
know
on
coming
some
out of
them.
people
my mouth.
just
What?
That
started
on them.
Naruto.
I
That
don't know
on
People
them.
how.
in finished
No
Naruto.
That on
man.
I
them.
don't
Some
know
people just
how.
started Naruto.
That's
That's the
completely
thing.
on them.
That's the
I
thing.
only know one person who ain't seen Naruto yet, and he say he was
Yeah.
going to start this month.
Oh, okay.
How?
I
I don't
didn't.
understand. That was like a gateway drug for me, bro. Like that.
I think it was a
Timmy
game.
Benjamin. Timmy,
I know
Timmy,
what you
Timmy
mean.
ain't watch it yet.
I know.
Yeah.
I know you meant. I know you
My
meant. I know
What?
you meant.
my nephew is currently watching Naruto,
See that? But he has your
and
nephew.
he's watching it in subs. It shocked me.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
Why does that
He's a
shock
good
you?
man.
I feel
He's
like
like
we all
he's
watch
like,
dub and then gradually move on to subs though.
and he
What,
he
what,
Yeah.
never
what was
watched
your
dub.
first?
Because
What
I
was your
think
first
I
one?
think like
He went
I
straight
think
into
we
subs.
start watching subs when we start pirating.
Once we
I think
figure out
that's
what
Yeah,
the
when
internet
one of
can
the
do,
first
yeah.
subs
Right?
from
No,
that's when
exactly.
everyone
from
get into
Once
pirating.
YouTube came
Japanese.
around and they had
Yes,
all the episodes like
Yep.
broken up in like 10 parts, it's like yo,
Mm,
I
you
know.
could watch, you
learn
could watch
Japanese quick.
quick,
Yeah,
quick,
pretty
quick,
much,
That,
bro.
quick.
that's what shocked
I
me
know,
because
right?
he hasn't watched any dubs. He went straight into subs, and then he's like
What?
That's
six,
evolution.
7 years old. So it's like,
No,
oh,
no, he advanced.
Boy,
That's
I
an
That's
advanced
because
young
like
man.
no,
That's
that's
advanced
real
Aki.
evolution.
like that's how this how generation is now. Like
You
they're
gotta
yep,
do.
they're
they jump right
so
in.
privileged to like just get it right there in front of them.
Yep,
oh yeah,
Maybe
I
at the
need
That's
Yeah.
true
store
too. That's
exactly
true
what it
too.
is.
to
We
find
had to
it.
we had
I
to
gave
work
They
we had to
don't know the
work to get
struggle.
our subs.
I
I
We
remember I
had
gave
to
didn't
them my
have
work to
it
get
now.
them
We
Crunchyroll.
have
I
to
subs.
gave them
work,
my
man.
Crunchyroll account, so they're watching it on Crunchyroll, so I could see how far he
No,
is.
they blessed. I remember when
See,
Shippuden came
listen,
out, and I was like, oh,
Mm.
50, 60 episodes done out. I'm like,
man.
damn, I didn't even know.
Me too. That's what I was saying.
I was
Like
like,
it's like
damn,
I think
okay.
Boy,
like episodes
And I
out.
started watching, I was like, okay, this is in Japanese, okay. And I just fall in love with it from there. I was like, hey, let's get it. Let's go.
man, these young kids
Yeah.
don't know the thrill of hunting down a site after your last one
No.
gets shut down.
Yeah.
Bro.
They don't understand, man.
Way.
Not even
Bro.
that.
They
They
don't
don't know the
And
understand.
you
thrill
like
of being on
don't
YouTube having
forget
to
the
find
days of and
all the
Casa.
parts from one
Yeah.
anime to just to finish watch the one episode. Then somewhere being in Spanish and some
Oh, yes, I
I
hate that.
know. Oh my
Hey,
god.
hey, you download 5 copies because you know at least 3 of them fake.
Yep.
Fox.
Oh, listen,
Fox. You know one
listen.
of them gotta be
Download
fake.
roulette. Download roulette.
I, I,
Is it the app? Is it the episode you want? Is it a different show? Is it porn? We will find out when you
You
open it.
never know.
Oh, I'm telling you, hey,
That's the
tell you
part
what,
of the
every
trip.
Or is it a virus? Who
yeah,
knows?
my computer started doing all kind of things around that time.
Boy,
I
wow. We
remember
really
when
used to be
Castle
skinning the
Lord, the
internet, you
days of
know. That's
Castle.
crazy.
We did. We did. We
My
did.
computer's
Yeah.
But on more of the anime and expo news, and I say this is the perfect segue because since we were talking about animes long distant past that we thought never were coming back, Pani and Stalking and Garabelle.
I
For
know.
those who
I
are
was
very positive, this was a very big shock to me. So that I don't know where Studio Trigger come from. I don't know where Studio Trigger pulled this from. But all I scroll on the internet, do. Pani and Stalking season 2. What do you mean season 2?
I was
I
like,
I
thought
have
this,
a confession, Nick.
huh?
I've never
I
seen
love
Patty and
Panty
I
and
Stalking.
know you can say
Stalking.
this.
So
I know you
what?
can
And you
say this.
see, he's
Go
so
watch
I
quiet.
that.
know you can
Go
say
watch
this.
that.
Hey, me and you both,
Go
right?
watch that
I
shit.
tried for
Go
a
watch
reason.
it.
Studio
Okay,
Trigger.
Go watch
okay.
Panty and Stalking. That's your
Tree for
homework
tree.
tonight. Oh.
I know it.
True, you know.
I
You
Three
wanna
haven't
to
watched
do.
it,
Nick,
but
you
I
wanna
do have
argue
it
it?
on
All
my.
right.
I
There
have
it
it on my
is.
What?
list. I can't remember
It's really
who
good.
recommended
Panty and
it to me.
Stalking was
It's
shit,
like
man.
it's like one of
Let me try it.
those slapstick fun
It
fun
looked
it's
like
like
it looked like Puffy Amiyumi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
it's like in that slapstick vein because
Yeah.
Studio Trigger is also Kill la Kill.
Oh, that makes
Okay.
sense now. Now that you say it.
Listen,
Like
that's
you
Okay.
can see
that's
that the art style,
listen.
yeah, it has a lot of that. It's very
Panty
raunchy.
and Stalking
How much
It's
episode?
spawned
very
so
raunchy.
that Kill could run.
No, for real. No, for real. No, legit.
Panty and
Yeah.
Stalking was like probably
Legit.
like the blueprint for where all the
Legit.
inspiration for Kill La Kill.
Brian's talking with
You cannot
Gardabelle. No,
say
like for real.
that
It's like
Kill and
13.
Kill.
It's 13 episodes. It really
Is it?
is.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
Okay.
really is.
I can try one out.
Because especially how Panty and Stalking ended, how that like I'm not gonna spoil because y'all guys are gonna that's your homework to go watch that. Like
Yeah.
that ended on such a oh my god moment,
I mean, following the
and then
rules
we
and
never any
regulations,
resolution from
it's not a
that.
spoiler at this. It's not a spoiler at this point because it's like. But yeah, that's why I
That
don't want
is
to
Oh
spoil
true.
it.
my.
Okay, because like when Stalking killed like Stalking sliced up Panty, and then and then she just
Hey,
walk off,
when
and
y'all
then we were
say
just
these
left
names,
with that.
Yes.
these names
Listen,
are hilarious.
it's hilarious and fun.
Slice
Like,
up
and
panty.
Yes.
it's one of those animes like when you start watching it, you will not stop. I guarantee you.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's only
Okay.
13 episodes. I mean,
Watch
I'll give it a try. I'll
Okay.
give it a try.
Just I still remember like the first time like when they like got like transformed their weapons, like how Panty just took down her panty and like just
This
just
name
there
Wow.
it goes.
sending me there. This
It's
Wow.
name is
Hold on.
actually
So
sending me.
it's a
hold on.
it's
Is
raunchy.
like
And it's,
close combat like Kill la Kill?
yes. So
Yeah,
Bonnie uses guns and Stalking uses sword to fight.
blades.
Wow.
Yeah, she used double blades.
That's,
And they turn their
I didn't
clothes
expect
into
Now
them weapons?
the interesting part
Yeah,
about it is that they are supposed to be angels,
what?
yeah.
and so their two counter rivals are devils. That's the listen. When I tell you, when you start watching it,
I
you
can
will
try
not
it.
stop.
I have to watch it. I have to see
It's
this in
it's
full.
it's
Yeah.
I gotta
it's
see it.
So,
it's
fellas,
so ridiculously fun. It's like get
I
up there,
really
but
need to go
but,
watch that again.
but during its
Someone
original run,
recommended to me, but I can't remember who.
uh
So when I saw that it was getting a season 2, I was like, "Oh shoot, this is the CM anime so and so." Remember, recommended it to me. And I was like, "Well, it's on my list. I'll just watch it before season 2 comes out."
yeah,
Because
yeah,
like
that's
that
what I plan to
announcement,
do. I'll
it's
that
I'll watch it
announcement just
before
came
season
out
two
of
comes.
nowhere.
during its peak, like it's really one of those like very popular animes just because of what it
Yeah.
does.
It has that
I,
trigger animation I
Panty
see.
and
it
stalking.
does. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you can tell this is
Trigger,
from Trigger. Trigger has a
Trigger
very
Yeah.
has they
distinctive
have a certain
style.
color palette that they stick
Yes,
with, and
that,
it's
Yeah.
that
very
no other anime
vibrant.
has.
Yeah,
Mm.
Right, exactly.
Their
So
own
that's
especially
signature animation.
yeah. It's like when I see
Whenever I
color
watch the
palettes, I was
first
like,
one,
"Oh, this
I'll let you
Trigger."
all know.
Yeah.
As soon as I watch the first episode, I'll let you guys know. But between now and the weekend,
I think Panty and Stalking animation still holds up.
it does.
If
No,
I
it does.
so I think
But that's the thing with
animation
Trigger.
still holds up.
A lot of
Yeah.
Triggers animes hold up very well. Yeah. So Triggers, like I said, Kill la
Yeah.
Kill, Darling and the Franks, um,
Mhm. Just like yeah.
Little, Little Witch
Wait.
Academia. I don't know if y'all ever watched Little Witch Academia. But that's actually also a
I
Yeah.
watched Little Witch
um,
Academia. It's
It
so
was
nice.
so
I love it.
good.
I
it's
know,
really good.
right?
It's really
Look
good.
at
No,
Leroy's
It's one of
face.
Yeah,
those.
that's a very good show.
It's one of those.
that
It's
was
one of
so
those.
good.
When you watch it, you want to expect like how it goes. It's like it's one of those like would be
Yeah.
surprised. But yeah, no,
It's
like
like
pseudo trend.
Harry Potter, but wackier.
Yeah.
Yes. In a way,
I,
that's a good way to
UI
put it.
face like enlightenment. What's
That's a good
this?
way to put it.
You said
And then
Harry Potter.
I'm
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Which is an excellent segue because now we know Marshall, one of Shonen Jump's current series, is also
How
getting
do
an
you
anime.
pronounce that, by the way? Marshall?
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 Marshall, Marshall.
Okay.
Is that not how it's,
Yeah.
that sounds British, right? Marshall.
What? The anime
Like,
police is asking us how something is pronounced?
It's an
This
anime
is
I
shocking.
don't read the series, Ricky.
Marshall, yes. But
Oh
Marshall
my
is
god,
getting
anime
in.
police.
Marshall's getting anime. It's been rumored. Now it's confirmed. Is one of Jump's
Mm-hmm.
popular series. Is also one of the series that's coming to end. But I'm excited for that. That too is like Harry Potter, but like if Harry was very OP and had like One
People
Punch
will say
Man.
Harry Potter meets One Punch Man.
And
Yes,
no
that's what I
powers.
said. It's like
Yeah.
That
it's
is true,
very
you
One
know. Like
Piece.
I don't read
It's like
it. I don't
he's
read it, but
very
like from
UI knows
overpowered,
looking
you're
at it, you
watching
could
and he's
that.
like
tell.
One Piece. And then one
He
meal,
knows
But
one
you're
punch.
watching
it's
that.
also very funny.
It
I
is.
I read a few chapters, but I
It's
couldn't fully get into it. But I read a few chapters, and it
it
was
is.
actually kind
It
of
is.
funny. It was very
It's
silly.
very enjoyable. It's like it's up and down. It's up and down, but it's a consistent. It's a consistent one run. So, but I'm actually
Yeah.
pretty interested in seeing that happening. But now, I mean, of course, you know, like this is the one that I'm most excited about, and it's like I
Oh,
got
God. There we go.
don't suck your
Oh,
teeth.
are you
Don't suck your
excited
teeth.
too?
Because when we talk
I
about
mean,
it, we talk about
I wanted to succeed, Vicky. I wanted to succeed.
no, but I'm telling
But
you, when we talk about
What
our things, I
was
don't suck my
this?
teeth. When we talk about
Because of
Tagashi coming back, and Tagashi is still writing, by the way. Tagashi is still drawing. Oh, yeah, we have to talk about that too. That is another thing. I don't know if you'll be able to get to it this pod
what is
in
new is
regards to that, but
when he said like his hip to do.
yeah, like he literally he
nigga
has
say
to sit.
he couldn't wipe his own shit. I
No,
was
like
like,
Oh,
what?
he literally has
Oh
to sit in a certain
no.
position in
Was
order for him
Yeah.
to draw.
Oh.
And I'm like,
did he have some type of like back issue or something?
Yes.
yes,
The
and I'm
Probably.
like,
boxing is
Yeah.
Yeah.
real. The
and he
Back
draw
boxing
by
just
hand.
just
surgery or
make jokes
something?
and say he played game. But
Yeah.
he actually have severe back issues.
I mean,
He been
Did he
having
have
it for years.
we do crack
did he
Yeah.
jokes,
have like
but
a
Years
no, he
actually.
really,
surgery? Did he
yeah.
have like a surgery or something?
wow.
I don't know,
Or
You don't
Yeah.
but
know.
he
I think so.
but he basically said he had to find a new way to draw, and that's
Mm.
the
like
way he
this?
said. And I'm like, bro,
I
the,
made a laugh at him.
the thing certain artists do, like to
Wow.
work, is like
Wow,
very.
the man in pain.
I didn't think it
Dad,
was
and then
I
the
related.
know,
founder,
right?
You
and then
got
the
my
founder was
Wow.
right there. Oh,
you got my
we can't
Think
get
it's
no
just-
new
it's-
chapters. That poor
Vicky so
man.
sick.
No,
If Oda was to get sick right now,
that,
the
I
that's
intro
what I'm
was
feel,
over.
I
saying.
feel
Like
like
that's why I
the
kind of
founder was
respect like.
crying out for him though.
That's
Yeah.
kind of why I respect like a lot of new artists now. They're like, my series is gonna be short, and I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
boy.
Out.
Yeah.
I'm not
take that.
sticking
I,
long.
Short
I,
Can't
and
take that.
sweet.
Mhm.
Short and sweet.
Out.
yeah,
Because
but
you know the
Short
I
and
love
sweet.
parts come with pitchforks when you go
no
in,
for
when you
sure.
decide you're gonna go on hiatus for a little mental health break and something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Man.
You see the
That was
breakdown that
that
happened when
was
Oda say I
that
go on a
month
month's break.
break.
A
Yeah,
month?
boy.
What you mean a month, boy? A month?
Niggas
A
going
month?
crazy, bro.
A whole month?
I was trying to
Twitter's
forget that
still
we
in
on a break.
shambles.
You understand? That's 4 weeks.
Yeah, but
Twitter's
Those
still
four
in
weeks,
shambles.
those
it's the
4
third
weeks
week
go
now,
by
right?
so quickly.
Yeah, this should
No
be the
way.
third week.
It's in the
No
third week.
way.
Yeah.
But all
Are
they
you
had
so
is like a
lost in
month.
Vortex?
Time Oda going over so he could go to South Africa so he can supervise the live action show.
Yeah, because
The
it
thing
happened
is,
at
he ain't even
twice.
taking a break. The man just gonna work on something
Something
else.
else.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he just going like
So it's
I'm
like
gonna
this ain't
go.
even really a vacation for him, but
No.
he's still
I'm
A
working
gonna
the
go.
working
whole time.
a
I want to travel.
workation.
Make sure they doing the right
Workation.
thing over there with the live
Yeah.
action and come back so
Right.
they don't
No,
y'all
because
don't come
he
and
see what
burn
they do
down.
with the
Well,
other
you know,
stuff. He
Right, like so
he don't
y'all
want
don't
them
come and
tarnish
burn
that
down the
name.
house. Yeah, y'all don't
He's
come
like,
burn down the house.
boy,
But
Hey,
if I
that's
say
Madonna,
Netflix,
love
that's
it.
it. Listen, Netflix.
Come here,
yes.
come here, come here.
But this
Netflix,
is
come here.
yeah. We talked you real quick. But like I said, this is a perfect segue into another author who I felt like wasn't able to complete the work that he was able to do because also being very ill, and being at war with the company itself. But we got one of the, in my personal opinion, and this is not even just because my cape flies high for the series, but in one of my personal opinion, one of the best anime trailers that I've seen, for a series, and that's Bleach, with
I know
its,
you were gonna say that.
of
Yeah.
course, listen, that is,
Mhm.
and
I
that is,
like the first one more with the
no,
music.
no, 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 I
That was
love,
more hype.
no, this one, this, bro,
Yeah, lost for words.
that man, the composer, that man, he put his soul into
Oh
that
no, he's
OST.
sick. No, the music wise, nothing
He
touches
put
it.
his soul
I
into
have
that
to give it
OST.
that. I
I
have to
felt
give
like
it
I
that.
was watching a Final Fantasy
Mhm.
trailer. The music blended so well, as like you didn't even gotta eat. They didn't have to show me the action. Flash the names at me. Show me what happening. Give me the OST. Let me know how this about the sound. The animation looks crisp. The animation looks consistent. I ready to go. And on top of that, it was revealed. Kubo said that he is going to add scenes that he had to cut out from the manga, and the manga is going to the anime is going to have the ending in which he originally intended, because that he wasn't able to do because he was rushing it because also of being ill and the fear of him not being able to complete Bleach. So he's like, okay, well, da 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 da, da. And then of course, him having issues with Jump. But I am just happy that it's coming back. We are going to get, um
That Bankai.
better adaptation of it as well. A
Yep.
complete of its complete vision for what he
Mhm.
had for the arc, and I'm just excited to see it happen in fruition. And I cannot wait for October. October is going to be a very great time for anime. Period. After that point, no, for real. Like after from
Yeah,
October
the
I'm just
fall.
onward, it's
The
I'm
gonna
just
be.
fall.
here
A lot of
for
things.
Chainsaw Man.
That's TV horror too, which we also got news today that is going to be uncensored. So I am waiting patiently.
Woo!
I will be waiting week to week to see the bitch talk and fly because I haven't read the series. I haven't read the manga. I'm reading the anime.
Right?
I uh,
I
I just
feel
don't
Twitter
like
could
the
be
things.
main
funny.
character, but I like
I
Twitter could be
everything
feel
else
funny.
with
things.
Chainsaw
I
Man.
know
But
things,
always
and I
funny.
know, and I
They
know,
Listen.
still,
and
they still
I
get too attached to characters. They die quickly.
and that's
Wow.
Vicky,
what.
Mm,
What?
Vicky, at the
Chainsaw.
panel today, they asked people who their favorite characters was, and they start barking.
No.
Oh, why you mention that?
No.
Wow.
Chainsaw,
No.
Because my girl. Oh, never mind. Can spoil it.
Even Kuma barking
Yeah,
now.
Chainsaw, Chainsaw Man fans are some of the weirdest fans I've ever seen in my life, and
Boy.
this is talking about the anime community,
oh,
and that says a
oh,
lot. Y'all
oh,
are
oh,
weird
oh,
people. Y'all are some weird individuals, man. I don't know what the bargain thing is about, but just know y'all are the reason people is look at anime watchers and be like, wait, what?
Machina
Mhm.
coming for the best girl spot.
But all right, but now they said that because that looks great too. And then, but I like the fact that they're
Mhm.
keeping it uncensored. It's gonna be Bleach is also gonna be uncensored. That's another thing. So it's like,
Oh, nice.
oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
yes, Bleach is also gonna be so. I like that there because like we're holding our stuff. We're going full in. We're diving in.
It's a different era right now.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
I
no,
embrace
it is.
know.
It is. It is. It is. It is. And
Hold on, wait. Speaking of October, let me ask our two guests, how y'all feel about sports series?
oh god, here we go. All right, I knew we used to
Oi,
get we used to get there,
Here
but
we
then
go.
we
Here we
here
go.
now. All
Okay, but
right,
so
go ahead.
IQ is the
okay.
only one I can
So
tolerate.
okay,
Volleyball.
Thank
after
you.
matter. So
Hey,
stop
hey,
that. I would like to
hey,
also do my
hey,
stuff after
hey,
Oma.
All right then.
hey. Okay, let's
Hinatos.
talk about it. All right, come
You
on
may
now.
find.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, 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 yeah. IQ is amazing. We all know that.
hey,
That's nothing new. We all know that.
Come on,
that's a
But
controversial.
Controversial
But my
side.
favorite.
woo.
but
So IQ,
but what I am here to say to you all today,
Yeah,
The
stop.
he had to preach
gospel.
the word.
one of the best sports series you will ever see
His Bible in his
is
hand
coming
right
out
now.
in
You can't see
October,
it though.
Like
and
how
it's
Come on.
called Blue Lock.
like
Mm-hmm.
how
Blue
AO
lock.
actually
Put on
came
my
to put
phone.
Yeah.
Come on
Blue
now.
football
lock.
anime on the
What's so special about Blue Lock is one of the reasons why people love solo leveling so much. It's the art style.
Okay. Okay.
Ooh, look at
The
this.
art
Look at
style
Speaking
the
of
segue.
soul
is
I'm
level,
like
I
so
the
go
good.
away, go away,
segues.
I go away.
The art style is so good that
Uh,
a lot of people, myself included, were saying we need a studio that can actually perfectly capture how epic this art is. And when they announced that 8-Bit Studio was doing it, I was a little skeptical because I just was like, oh,
You
these
were,
people
you
they
were,
hit
you
and
were,
miss.
you were.
However, at
Yeah.
Anime Expo, they showed the first episode, and they must see use all the money they
Oh my,
make from
oh
that
yeah,
live anime,
oh, my money
and
from
they and bro, like when I tell you the animation for this is like top tier, it's top tier, dog. Like
uh,
this could, if y'all thought Haikyuu was big, just wait for this week. I
all
telling
right.
you, oh my god,
I
oh
saw
my
the
Mama
trailer.
god,
I put it
decide
in
it's,
my
foaming at
phone
the mouth.
already. I put it in my phone already. So
I,
like,
And
I
which
am, I
I
am
ain't
which
foaming
lie.
at the mouth.
I,
I
I'm
am
ready for
which
the
foaming
Yeah,
at
I
the
which
mouth.
saw,
sport
but
this
Like
I
is?
it's
saw the
Soccer.
clip.
Which sport this is?
soccer.
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 Okay.
I'm
uh,
ready
Because
for
all
a
right.
part
when
But
about
I
Bond
but
that
saw
we
the
actually
clip,
played.
I was like, what
it's
the
not what
hell?
you think though. It's not what you think. It's
It's
No,
right though. It's right. It's not.
Blue
It's
no.
not.
Lock essentially is a deconstruction of sports anime, whereas you know
Not the
how if you
deconstruction.
like watch like a Haikyuu or a Kuroko no Basket, it's all about the
Deconstruction.
teamwork,
Uh-huh.
all that stuff. Blue Lock
Uh-huh.
all about individuality and ego.
So like
Like
Prince of
it's
Tennis.
yeah, like it's
Like,
great. Like this,
that's a good example. That's a
it's
good point.
hard for
Yeah,
you. It's hard for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'm interested. I'm interested.
I ain't gonna spoil the premise like what I did for April already because I tell the main concept of it.
I mean, if you
But
see the
Because
trailer,
listen,
you
because I saw the clips, I saw some clips on Twitter. I was like, holy shit.
Mm.
Because like I wasn't, because like I
It
know
looked good.
how
Oh,
like
that
you
looked
were
good.
explaining it before, but actually seeing it, I'm like, holy shit. It looks so good.
yeah,
Looks
yeah,
very
yeah,
good. I
I
cannot
think
wait
Blue
for it.
Lock deeply has the potential to be very big.
Okay.
Going forward.
Yeah.
But you mentioned another anime in your rant, in your sermon, in your preaching there, which was a certain series that has been requested, has been rumored for years upon years, and now
oh
we
yeah.
officially have confirmation that is happening. We Anime Expo announced that we are going to get the anime for solo leveling finally next year, which is very big. Another very big series,
My man.
anticipated heavily.
Nice.
If you
Devon,
guys have
tell the
never,
people doing it.
oh, this is the studio behind Sao, and you don't if you don't know that acronym, that is Sword
Okay.
Art
Okay.
Online.
Okay. I can see it.
And not just
Mm-hmm.
that, the director for the recent season, which in my opinion, and I am saying I'm looking in the camera when I say this. I know there was an arc. The fairy arc let y'all down with Sao. I know that put a taste in your mouth.
Boy,
I understand. I
nice
Lord,
that
that
good.
fairy arc. That
I
fairy arc.
understand. But the last arc of Sao, the
Talk to
last
these niggas.
season, please, I beg
I
of
was
you,
season
watch it.
one stuff, bro.
That
I
is
can let down thing that
amazing.
shit on that
It
stuff.
is great. It is. People need to give that a chance. I know
Javon
Sal
Smith.
is taking a hit, but
What's
people need to give it a
this?
chance. Um,
Alicization.
Analyzation, yeah,
Yeah, alicization.
Oh,
Analyze.
SAO?
It's really good. Yeah,
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
really
Yeah.
good. Like it was really really good. And so the director for that is the one that's handling solo leveling. So I'm excited. By
And
that alone,
the
I'm
Hey,
excited.
greatest
hey,
Japanese
hey.
composer of
The
all time
music.
is doing the
Yes.
music for it.
And then there's that.
Sawano!
I dig this.
Hiro
Sawano!
Yuki Sawano, the man who did the music
Sawano!
for Attack on Titan,
Ah,
Seven Deadly Sins,
Mm.
86.
86,
86.
Mm.
um, Legend of the
Yes.
Galactic Heroes, Guilty Crown. I about to say recreators. Bro, this nigga is the goat.
You got
But
the obscure
he is
list.
the
Okay.
greatest.
Obscure
The
list.
king. The
Only the
plenty
king.
today.
The
only
king.
the
There's
elite of
plenty.
elite anime watchers
Let
knows those
me
anime.
tell you, solo leveling. Oh my god, my man is coming.
Yes, the simping will be at all time
Listen,
levels of
our
unprecedented.
Stalin
regular viewers
drifting.
know how I feel. Our regular viewers know how I feel about solo leveling. Oh, my man.
But no, it's great. It's
My
great.
April
It's
man
Simpson
is
in there. He might not like the others.
AJ. What?
uh, what happened?
Ah, boy, that's wow. But yes, that's yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. That's why I say like we are in arguably a very very good time of anime right now. Like
Yes,
Oh,
we
Yeah.
are.
I would
Yes,
like to
we are.
correct Omar.
oh oh
Because
oh
he's
Oh
oh no
Lord.
no no this is just my
The
personal
sergeant
opinion.
reach.
Ah,
No,
okay,
it's just that
all right.
he said that most
Put
persons,
your gun
well,
low
you
now.
know,
Don't put your gun
everybody
too high.
liked Solo Leveling for the art style. I actually liked it for the story.
Ah, talk to him,
I
Vicky.
it could
Talk
have
to him.
it could have been
Talk to
gone
him.
any type of way
Talk
for
to
me.
him.
It
This
was about
story
the
is
Yeah.
so
story.
friggin' good.
I
How?
don't, I
Yeah.
don't, I don't
How?
Listen,
think that Solo would have
I
been as
listen.
popular if it wasn't for the art style.
Popular, but
Yeah.
I
I
don't
liked it
know. I
for
don't
the
agree with that.
story.
I don't agree with that. I think Solo
The
would have
story is
definitely
good.
I
done
think
more.
it got
I
done
I
good, but
might
I
be
it
a
thought
wasn't
the
simp.
story
I
was
expensive as
might
pretty
be a
much.
good.
simp for Sean. I might be a simp for Homeboy all day long, but the story is very good. Like I also sticked
Yeah.
around for the
Listen,
story.
I don't
listen.
like the
The
ending.
story is also the
And then
story.
I didn't
Yeah,
even
I
know
don't, I
because
don't, I think let's wait
we gotta
until the
move on.
epilogue and stuff come out before we judge the ending.
well, I was gonna say yeah.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
Yeah.
like
gonna
the
judge it
ending like that.
now. I'm gonna
Yeah,
judge it now because
I didn't like how
he
it
didn't
ended too
he
much
didn't make
either.
that announcement until later. I do not like the ending of Solo Leveling,
Yeah,
and because
I
of
didn't like.
that, I
I
think I
wasn't a
gave
I
big
it a
Yeah.
fan.
agree.
7 out of 10.
I
I
If
agree.
didn't
the
like it.
ending
I
was
didn't
a
like
little
it.
bit
That's
Either.
better,
fair.
I
then
feel like it
That's
was
fine.
some.
fair.
But
7 is spot
it
on.
just
I feel
a
like it was.
very
Yeah.
weird ending.
It was very
Seven
weird.
is
Yeah.
spot on.
Yeah.
That's
We
Yeah.
didn't
fair.
get enough
It felt rushed.
Yeah.
resolution.
Something was going
That was
Yes,
my
on.
it
biggest
felt
thing.
very
We didn't get
Because
rushed.
enough
I
There
Yeah.
was
feel
resolution.
like
so
I
much
feel
more
like
that could have
it,
happened.
Yeah.
yeah.
To the point, I feel like he
Yeah.
had to come
That's why
back
I
and
feel like it
say,
was a
"Hey,
cop
I'm
out as
doing,
Hey,
I'm
well.
doing stories, I'm
exactly.
doing
That's
stories for other
exactly what I
characters." And
felt. Like
like
he
I feel like
had
he
to come.
had to do that
He had to
because
come
Yeah.
it
back and
wasn't.
say, "Oh,
Yeah.
It
he's gonna
wasn't.
do
It,
this,"
Yeah.
because he
You,
knew the
you,
ending was trash. Like
yeah,
that
it
was
wasn't. It
so
Yeah.
wasn't a good
yeah.
sucky.
resolution in a way. But up to
It
that
Like,
point,
I
it
was.
was
don't know
really
why
good.
It
he had to
was.
stay till the epilogue. No,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I felt like he
yeah.
knew that the ending
Yeah,
No.
was the way
before
it
the
was,
ending.
so he
Before the
came
See,
ending.
back to be like,
Before
okay,
the
the
this is
the
what's going to
reason
happen.
the reason why I said that is because I knew beforehand that there was more to the
How?
ending.
How?
Because Solo Leveling it
How?
was a web comic. It
But how you know
wasn't
that? How?
because I knew that from people who read it.
People who
no.
read
We
got a
all
lot
read
of
the
I,
same thing. When we
No,
read the something,
I meant
that's
people
what we
who read the web comic. That's what I meant.
Hey, getting dark
There's
outside
a
to go
source
fight some crime.
material. The guy who doing
uh,
the webtoon, he
yeah.
just redrawing it based off of the source material.
Yeah, boy.
It's like
Oh
a
no,
light
from the
novel. It was a
light
light
novel. Oh,
novel
you mean the
first
light
basically.
novel?
It's like a
Oh, light
light
novel.
novel. Yeah,
So you're saying
yeah,
the light novel had more?
oh,
Is what you're trying to
yeah,
say?
yeah. And
Okay,
that's why when
that's what
he
you
when
mean
he
to
didn't
say.
do the
Why
rest
we
of it, I
starting
was
that?
I'm
confused.
like,
I was like,
we
there's
reading the
more
same
though.
Omar,
thing.
There's
Okay,
Omar,
supposed to
Omar,
be more.
Omar.
all
Why
right.
we just ain't start with that? Like,
Like,
Thank
can I
you.
try to
You,
figure
you,
out what we read
I
that he
thought y'all
read?
knew that
you do
there was a
know.
source material.
No,
dude,
I
I'm
knew there was a light
confused.
novel. I just didn't know
Yeah,
that the light novel
so I thought the
extended
light novel was
beyond
finished. I thought,
where
yeah.
the web to.
It
Right,
is finished.
exactly.
That's
I
what I
thought that
mean.
was no, but I
because a
thought
Yeah.
lot of people call webtoons and webcomics the same thing. So you need to be more specific.
yeah. So I was
Okay.
like, all right,
Okay. All right. All
all
right.
right,
My bad. My
okay,
fault.
all right.
Yeah.
Anime police. You got a police here?
My fault.
The sergeant
My
reach.
fault.
Oh
Welcome,
my
team.
god! But no,
Yeah.
He's
no.
a
But
corporal, boy.
Solo is good. Solo is great.
Yeah, I
Like I
enjoyed
said,
it. I
like,
do
and
feel
Quite.
I
Quelly
don't like
like
overpowered characters that
At
much.
all. At
So
all.
for me, to like this
But they
meant like
did
it
it
was really
so
good.
well.
yeah,
Right.
They
I
did
don't
it
know.
Yeah.
so
Oh,
well,
he wasn't even
I'm
especially
he
not.
with
wasn't even my favorite
his
character.
journey.
Like
Um
after
um
seeing him shirtless a couple of times, I was like, okay, cool. But I was interested in everything else.
Quelly get
oh
Listen,
oh
like
man.
he also looks good in a suit. He looks damn fine in a suit. Sorry.
The
you
sympathy,
know what I'm saying?
the sympathy artists get. The artists
Boy,
get.
Oh God.
Little bit of you put a
Wow.
little bit of simp in the
I
discussion.
telling
The
you.
artists get.
I
Look it
telling
up and
you.
know. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
That's
No,
funny.
I enjoyed it though. I think Quelly is spot on with the ranking for 7 or 10 for
No,
sure,
yeah,
guys.
because
Like,
the end,
for
it was
sure.
like I said, after that final arc
Yeah, the
started, I
ending.
think it kind of was like, all right, all right. It didn't have the same impact and same excitement as
Nah, it didn't.
Mhm.
And
And
it
I
built me up
waited
so
until like
much.
it built up. And I
yeah,
was
Yeah.
like, you know what, I'm gonna read all of this one time.
yeah,
And I got to
Mhm.
say like, dang, that's how this
yeah.
end. I was like, dang,
Yeah.
this how you ending this?
Mm.
This also feels like near the ending too. It almost feels like they were just like drifting or stalling for something, and then
Kind
they
of,
Yeah.
just gave
I
us
thought
Yeah.
they just
something
gave
more
us
was going
that.
to happen.
Yeah, it
kind of,
felt like a
Yes.
yeah.
stall. Yeah, it felt like
Yeah.
a stall, or like they're just like, okay, we're like we don't know what we're gonna do, do at the most. So we're just gonna let him float like in that place for a while, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, boom, he comes back.
Yeah.
And the way that he comes back, it's like, yeah.
So
Yeah. What it
I
really
feel like
felt
they
like.
didn't flesh that out properly.
Yeah.
No.
What, no. What it
Go
what
on,
did it
El.
feel like? It did remind me of like how the Great Shinobi War ended, where it was a huge
Mm,
build up, a lot of
okay.
anticipation, a lot of expectations, and then they just hit a
Mm-hmm.
left, and then they just keep going that way. That's how this one felt. I feel like
Yeah.
once he got to the point where he met the architect, the
Uh,
story just started to like, okay,
Yeah.
we meet Ashton.
yeah.
Okay, I guess this is
Yeah.
the end game now. It's finished. It's finished already.
Yeah.
So it was like
I got you.
everything up till that point was fleshed out so well. You
Yep.
expected a
Mm-hmm.
lot.
Hmm.
So
Mhm.
knowing that there is more source material makes complete sense because I thought that was a horrible way to end it. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cluster
Yeah.
in that ends. Um, but to end off the big announcement from Anime Expo, we did get to see a bit. Well, I would say we got to see a promo of Mob Psycho season 3, and I think they played the opening for it. I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they played the opening for it.
Oh, I did
We
not.
did get
I
a
did not see that.
No,
yeah.
I see
Mob,
that neither.
Mob was able to get his thing. So
Yeah. It supposedly got leaked, but I didn't get to hear it. So I'll have to look for that.
I didn't look for it. I mean, I
Mm.
don't. I generally wait for the season to come up before I end the opening of it. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But but before we get into this next discussion, El, Devon,
Yep.
I'd
Yep.
like you
Yep.
guys
See,
to talk.
senor.
Yes, to talk about yourselves, man. Talk about what you guys do. Talk about what Bey Entertainment is
But it's
and what
literally
people
what it's
look out for, man.
It's literally what it sounds like.
Here's what
Bey,
entertainment.
correct way to spell boy, by the way. I know y'all out there say Bei. I don't know where y'all get this from.
Yeah.
Buibeh. I don't know. I don't
Whatever.
know. I don't know what days be doing in
Yeah,
Freeport, but
boy.
we need to
I
set
just
some
want to
things
say
straight.
Freeport got some stuff going on over there for sure. Whatever they put mayonnaise in
Where
y'all punk
things be
salad.
going on over there?
Y'all put
Wait,
mayo in y'all punk salad or something. I know what's going on over there.
I
Yeah.
know.
Uh, but it's literally Benjamin entertaining y'all. We entertain you guys. It's 3 times a week. Wednesdays are fight night. Saturdays it's usually like a
Not
shooter
the
or
fight
some other.
nights.
Yeah, fight
Fight
nights
club.
where we
Hmm.
Fight
get
club.
Hmm.
Paul Rush,
Mm-mm.
All
Ace
hands
Brawlhalla,
welcome.
whatever it is. Sunday ends up being like a variety night. It all depends how we feeling. Recently we've been playing a lot more One Piece. If you guys haven't
A
heard,
lot of
bro,
One
yep,
Piece.
I
A
love it.
lot of One Piece.
If we don't stream it, we still play it
Ooh.
every other day for sure. I'm a Zoro fanboy. This is what it is.
God who
but
As
saw.
as,
You
as we can
already
tell
know.
from your phone
You
case.
already know. You already
yeah,
know.
if they didn't see the phone
As we
thing,
can tell. As we can tell.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There you go. Barely can see it, but there you go.
Impressive.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bruce Wayne. But yeah, Leroy give you all the links to the socials, all that good stuff. We got a lot of good stuff there. It talks for itself, to be honest with you. It talks for itself. So definitely tune in, check us out. I'm sure Kuma knows will add some links and stuff to this, and we could
Yes, yes,
take it from
yes.
there.
All
Yeah,
right, all right,
man.
all right, all right.
Aside from the stream though, we do the YouTube videos too.
Oh,
We just documenting whatever, but like we like talking about anime, tech, comics, games, like whatever it is,
Ooh.
whatever we
never
feel like
nigga
talking
shit.
about. Whatever we talk about in the party chat, we just record it and then post that up, most likely.
Definitely. And we
But
always talking some garbage.
we always
Always.
talking some mess. But it's pretty much just chilling with your boys, but it's just kicking it with your boys, talking shit, talking about games, talking about
Yep.
anime, having these same arguments. Y'all probably just have on this every week.
We got a few arguments up too. We got some I think it was a Sparta versus the Akatsuki. We did a big argument on that
What?
like earlier. Yeah, we did that
What?
last
That's
week, I
Yeah,
think.
all lit.
yeah,
Double
That's
check it.
What?
all lit.
And you want to invite me?
yeah.
What?
Wow.
That's what,
But I got some things. I got some things
Look,
to say.
we could
look.
always revisit
I
the
got
last
some hot takes to let out.
we
Anyway, we can
see
save
we
that.
no we
We
could
can
we could
save that.
revisit it, but
we
We can
it
have to
save
was
that.
it was
revisit
it
that.
was pretty conclusive by the end of
Let's
it. You could
revisit that.
Mm,
more than likely you could assume it was a pretty one-sided fight, but
mm.
for
Yeah.
take a guess. Take a
It's
guess. Your
obvious
first
who would
guess is
win
gonna
this
be
one.
right.
It's
Your
obvious
first
who
guess
would
is
win this
gonna be
one.
right. It's a very one-sided fight.
And we fleshed this all the way out.
We
I mean,
fleshed this
yeah, let's,
completely out. We
yeah.
did 1v1s. But I think the Akatsuki might have had 3 people survive.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
might
That's
have.
what I need to.
Yeah,
All right.
Might have had three
All
people
right.
click on it.
I
Okay.
It was
Go
it's so one sided. It
Because
was
like I said,
ridiculous.
some
honestly,
discussions gotta be
Mhm.
hard. But
honestly,
I
Yeah,
ain't gonna talk.
yeah.
was
I ain't gonna talk to them yet though. I can
no,
wait.
no, for sure. But
I
just
can
know,
wait. I can
I
let I
went in
can let the
open mouth
anime
and
come out first, and then I can be back.
I went in
I got things to
hoping
let
that
off my chest.
Akatsuki was gonna win, and I was like,
No
whoa. When I
sir.
started to put down the fact, it's like, wow,
No sir.
okay, no,
The
no,
Espadas are different.
no, they build
Yeah,
different.
yeah. We learned
Are
that. We definitely
Yeah,
different.
learned
we learn
that from that
how to it.
research. We learned that.
But like I said, we got a lot of stuff like that on the channel, so just check
Uh,
it. So give his boys a follow, a like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
At
it's
Boy
nice.
ENT242. All the links could be
Oh
there,
no,
man. You can
we
find
got the
us. Fuck
socials
with your
down there, man. We
boys.
Ooh.
got it there. We got it
Yes,
there. We got
sir.
it there. But
Mhm.
so the perfect segue into another great big debate of a versus that's raised on in the community for quite some time, and that one involves two very mega and I can guess influential pieces of work in the shouting community: One Piece and Hunter X Hunter.
Yeah, boy.
Gods in battle.
That's the two
Mm-mm.
sides. The two sides. I don't know where should I say. Omar, would you like? I feel well. Omar's been
Well,
itching
we all
because of
know
my
what Omar's going to
Yeah,
Y'all,
yeah.
say.
Omar's been
hold
itching,
on.
so I feel like I should let him begin. Go. What's that?
I
What's that
want
about?
both of y'all to go so I could see where y'all stand,
Oh
and
no,
then I
I'm
could
saying
come
I'm
in.
gonna let
Cause
Omar. I let Omar.
I in the
And
middle, but
That's why I'm
I
gonna let Omar
yeah,
go first. I'm gonna
and
let
hey,
him go.
yeah.
before we get
All right,
started, too,
so
So
you want me
essentially,
to state why Hunter is peak shonen? That's what you want me to do?
yeah.
hold on, before you get started, just a disclaimer,
Compared
real
to
quick.
no One
Mm,
Piece.
I am
uh
not a big Hunter person. I've watched it. I
huh.
That's
definitely
fine.
enjoyed it. I just want to make sure put it out there before Omar gets started because you can get me a little sideways. But I'm a big One Piece fan. I do watch the series. I really appreciate it. But it's pretty good. But go ahead. I just wanted to make sure put that out there before you get started.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
All right. I can preface this by saying one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So my biggest form of praise that I could give to One Piece is that in terms of world building
Mm-hmm.
and world building only,
Mm-hmm.
there isn't any single shonen on this planet that could see One Piece in that one aspect.
That's facts.
uh-huh.
Like what Oda has done with that entire world and how he has linked everything together, like is unmatched. Like
Mm-hmm.
he been doing this for how much years? 20 years. Like it's crazy. I'll give
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
him that. But in terms of primarily antagonists, there's nobody in the shonen game who could do it better than Togashi. I don't even have to Yu Hakusho because we ain't talking about Yu Hakusho. I keep it with Hunter x Hunter. You got niggas like Meruem. You got niggas like Hisoka.
Mhm.
You got niggas like Crollo Lucifer. I don't know if y'all read the manga, but
Mhm.
currently
Yes.
there's
Yes. Yes.
the third wait
Succession
who
War.
the
Possession. Yeah.
yeah hold on is the guy name begin with T. I can't pronounce it. I think he
The
is the
fourth
third
prince.
prince or the
The
Fourth
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 prince.
prince.
Yeah,
prince.
Fourth prince.
yeah, the
Sir,
fourth
Sir,
prince.
Su, what's his name?
Uh,
I
Sir
can't pronounce
Ridenick,
it.
Sir
Too.
Ridenick,
Yeah,
Sir,
yeah, that nigga.
something like that, something like that.
Yeah, you got niggas like
Maniac,
him.
Maniac, Maniac.
Yeah, you
Let
got
me know when I need to
Parston.
mute y'all. Because
Oh
oh,
yeah,
that's the rule.
Vicky is
I'm
currently
on
watching it.
episode 100. I
Yeah.
don't want any
So
Yeah.
spoilers. So
yeah
let me
don't
know.
go.
Like,
Yeah.
say
Don't go too
spoilers so I
crazy.
can mute
Oh,
y'all.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh
Yeah.
But
yeah,
Vicky can also
yeah.
add into like where he is like
Thank you for that heads up, because I was
Hunter
gonna
is.
go in.
Yeah.
I was gonna go into. I totally forgot.
He's going to spill all
But
them beans, bro.
let's keep it anime. Let's keep it anime. Let's keep it anime a bit.
All right.
But go ahead.
Oh, if it's a manga
Eh,
spoiler,
That
then
works
fine.
too. That works too.
If it's a manga spoiler, then fine. But if it's an anime spoiler, I haven't seen it yet.
all right. I
I'm
ain't gonna
currently
go
on
into
episode
the.
100, and that's where I
I'm
am.
not gonna go
Uh,
into the Succession War, the Dark Horse and
yeah,
stuff. I
because
ain't
that
get
could
into that
spoil some
yet.
of the stuff from before too.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, let's just
like
stick
I
because what
said,
we know. Because
Okay.
we
Yeah,
don't know if
I do
the
plan
anime
to
is
read it
ever going
myself.
to get a continuation
Yeah,
at this
I
point.
do want to read it myself too. So that'd be
Boy.
great. 'Cause
But
I've
yeah,
all
been
right,
trying to
my
get me to
bad.
read.
I apologize
Come on, you
for
good.
breaking up stuff, but yeah,
I can forget
so
about that
yeah,
by next week.
yeah. So you have those antagonistic type of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Another aspect of it is with the side characters themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Killua. like where
Bey.
his character start. You said what you say?
I said Bey.
He said big.
You know he like 12, right?
That don't stop them women on Whale
I
Island.
want to say
Oh
that.
boy.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey, going the
Anyway,
same age, and he been around the block.
Boy.
that's
Never.
true. That's true.
What was the title of
That's true.
our show last week? Never too young.
Never too young. See,
Wow.
this is right,
Let
show.
me stop.
This is
Let
right.
me
This
Look
is
how
stop.
right,
everything
show.
has just come full circle on this podcast.
This is right,
It's
Joe.
amazing.
That's right,
This is
man.
right, Joe. This is
That
right,
is-
Joe.
I
It's
think if
amazing.
Omar can watch incest anime, I mean hentai, then
This
kill
part,
off
Hold
Joe.
on,
my
hold
Bey.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. They're not biologically
For
related.
for that reference,
Boy.
everybody, reference back to our hentai episode. Thanks.
Never.
There you
That's
go.
hilarious.
There you go. But continue, Omar. Continue.
That's
That's
neither
something.
here nor there. We don't gotta go there. Anyway, so
I'm kidding, Omar.
side side
They use the Dark Knight too.
Continue. We only got so much minutes left. Go. Continue. We gotta
all right,
get
yeah.
to it.
I can run through it. Side characters, Killua, Kurapika, Leorio, Jane, Netero, so and so, all have immense depth to their characters. Um Togashi's character work in general is just staying in, like, in my opinion. Like the amount of detail and time that he spends with these characters is unlike anything I've ever seen in shonen.
Hmm.
Um, in terms of the themes of the story, Togashi sticks to all of his themes pretty on the nose, and he also he dives deeper into more mature themes. Like I think one of my most favorite character studies that he has done with the series is with Gon, because I know a lot of people don't rate Gon as a protagonist. They think that he is boring and he one
Oh
dimensional,
no,
but
he's quite complex.
yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. And I noticed this from a video that I watched on YouTube called "The Morality of Gon Freaks." He is a very twisted kid.
Boy, still on YouTube.
Very,
Like,
very, very,
like
very.
a lot of these shonen protagonists is trying to save everybody. If you don't serve no purpose to Gon and his friends, he don't give a fuck about you. And what made me really appreciate his character more was in the Chimera Ant arc, and I can't say why because Vicky is still watching
Oh
it.
yeah, sorry, that's the arc that I'm in now.
Yes. But there's something that happens in this arc involving Kite and Neferpito
Yeah.
and
Peak,
Komugi
peak.
that turned Gon did some things that I've never seen a shonen protagonist ever do in
That
my
a
life.
child would never do.
Oh, was that who was controlling Kite?
Yeah, Neferpito.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. But basic,
Boy.
like I wish I could say this, but I can't say it.
I
But
can mute
let
you. Don't say it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
mute me,
I'm
mute
gonna
me.
mute it. Yeah.
I muted now. I good. I good. She got
Yeah,
it.
you should be
Okay.
good.
I think so.
All right.
Gon threw away his life
Yep,
out of revenge.
yep,
Solely.
Like he did not
yep.
care about anything. All he wanted to do was kill this gal.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
He threw away his dream of seeing his father. Like there isn't a single shonen protagonist who would throw away his goal over something like this. Way.
Hmm.
no remorse.
None at all.
Yep.
Way.
Wait,
Like
that soccer kick. Wait, I seen it right now. Wait, if she was
bruh,
right
like
Yeah, but that one's gone. That one's gone. That one's gone.
that's all literally. Wait,
And that's just one instance. That stuff was
that's one.
hinted throughout the entire
yeah,
series.
no, for sure.
It
Yeah.
was hinted
It
throughout
was
the
a
entire
build up throughout the
series.
entire series,
Hmm.
and it peaked at this moment. And when you
Uh,
doing that to your main character, like
One
you
of your main
you stupid,
characters.
bro. You stupid. You stupid. Like Togashi, he just on another level entirely. Now, in terms of world building, Hunter x Hunter, the world is generally simple because Togashi he isn't as fantastical as, let's say, Oda is, because Oda would have like a lot of fantastical elements with every island that we go on. Like I think like my favorite island in terms of like the fantasy aspect would have to be um Fishman Island. Like I just love like that whole thing
The
how
woods.
it's based on Atlantis and everything. Like it's just so cool.
Mm,
But
I feel you.
um yeah, like I think in terms of characters, themes, um fight scenes is the well Hunter fight scenes ain't really flashy like
Why can't you ask me later?
we losing me.
I wonder
Oh,
enough.
he's gone.
Music.
Yeah,
Too much,
yeah, yeah.
too
Oh
much
my.
preaching.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
Pass the
Lord.
phone dead. Pass the phone dead.
I want to say they should pass the down while
No.
he's preaching good.
Yeah.
Oh
They should
Lord.
pass the down while he's preaching
Unspoken
good.
word.
Oh
Oh
Lord.
What I
my
get?
god. Which is,
What?
Oh,
I mean, honestly, we may not have actually enough time to really go in depth with this talking, but
I want a part two.
Oh, this what I wanted to talk
I
about,
know.
man.
We need a part
Which,
two.
which means I would to say, which means it's definitely going to be a part two for this, where we go straight into
Yeah.
this,
I know
into
I'm
the
sucking
news
the
of
dick right
this.
now. I sure
well,
as
Mom
hell
Um,
probably
got
needed
it.
some water
and
anyway.
I
He's
did. I'm
talking so long.
oh
Yeah.
god, oh man, Omar is
Y'all,
definitely. So we definitely gonna have a part two of
Yep.
this. Omar, where you
Oh,
going?
y'all,
See, yep,
y'all
they
think
got,
phone
they
Omar
dead.
is
got,
so
Phone
so
died.
they got.
so
Ah my.
he just
Yeah, Omar,
don't know. He just
some
talk
It's
Omar
eyes so
somewhere
close.
to this
It's
to
eyes
this very
close.
to this
Hey,
very
bro,
day.
I ain't gonna
Omar is
lie,
still
boy.
preaching.
I ain't
Omar
gonna
is still
lie, though.
preaching to this very day. Is he still preaching? Again, unfortunately, we won't do it again. Deep into that, I know that was the conversation of the topic, but definitely gonna be part two of you guys. I'm going to have you guys back. I'm going to have you
Yeah,
guys
man,
back.
definitely. We need to get into
Definitely,
this. And it
definitely.
gives me time to still dive back into what I need to dive into. So I'm definitely defending One Piece. Just ending it
Oh, me
there
too.
for
I
y'all.
was ready. I was, and that's the thing. I
I
was
was
ready.
like,
I was
I
ready.
was hearing,
I heard you.
I,
I heard you.
you hear the
But I
voice
got
of
some
all
things
day.
to say.
You hear the
See,
voice of all day.
I
I
hearing you, but I got some things to say
Yeah.
because
both anime for me is one and two. So
I got my thing is
I
oh, oh,
Oh,
but
Oh,
we,
oh,
there's
oh,
the
God.
back.
I was just saying that
Yes,
unfortunately
return.
we're
Pasta's
going to have to end,
return.
but we're going to have a part two of this because I do want Devon and Elle's input onto this discussion. But I was gonna say my only thing, and which kind of started this off, was that I feel you can't really stock the two simply because not because Hunter isn't great to what it is now, but because Oda has been consistent day in and day out.
fair.
We know his work up to this point, and he's
We
preparing to
know, we
end,
know what it is.
and we know that he has been able to deliver. We don't know. We haven't gotten off the ship yet. We hadn't gotten into the Dark Continent. We don't know where Tagashi is going. Now,
Mhm.
benefit of the doubt tells us from Tagashi's work that hey, he's going to deliver, but we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet.
Right.
Meanwhile, we know what Oda, up to this point, Oda has given us gold. He is giving us
20 years and shit, bro.
everything week after week.
Hey,
He's given us world building. He has taken us on a journey of characters in which we have fallen in love with.
Yep.
We are excited to see, read about. We feel like we are a part of this crew. And I feel like when you can do something like that with your work, you've done a phenomenal job.
And
Like when you make people feel like they are a part of something
yep.
that is
mm-hmm.
fictional,
yeah.
you've done a phenomenal job. So when you said like only world building, I
Like,
kind of disagree.
yeah.
I think it's more than this
It
world
could
building.
it could still be argued though.
I could no,
It could still be argued.
it could, but I have a big
I mean,
disagree.
let
But
me say this, Kumar. To me, I know you talk about the side characters to do.
yeah,
The way Oda builds his characters, it's like everybody's almost like a main character for me in some way, shape, or form. So, like I said, we
Mm,
can get into this a little later.
we could get into it, but
yeah,
we can
yeah,
part two.
I
yeah.
I
Because
have I have
that
my
part
own piece of criticism
specifically,
in terms of that.
That's
Hunter Hunter
important.
Yeah,
kind of does
That,
better. But we
Okay,
can get to
okay,
that in the
I
next
got
one.
you.
okay,
I got
We
you. I
can
yeah,
got
get to
you.
that in the
yeah,
next one.
ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen,
yeah.
We can get to
listeners
that in the next one.
and viewers, there's going to be a part two to this podcast.
Omar, they trying to
There's
jump
going
you.
to,
While you was
I don't
gone,
know
they
me.
talking about jumping you.
They wait till I was gone to start talking.
I was like,
Hey,
no,
hey, Omar, I love the show this
I
this
let
one
me
right
get your
here.
stuff off, bro.
I love
Let
to
me get your
always
stuff
make
off.
sure people see this. Just no, I coming for you. I coming for you.
But
Okay.
I let you
Okay.
take your stuff off. Bro. Listen, when
Boy.
you preach, then you do what you got to do. I just saying, like I bro. It's, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
until next time, guys. Like I said, there's going to be a part 2 to this. I'm going to dub this part 1. Bay X Otaku Part 1. See, that's the title. There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we're
Bless.
gonna
This was
have you
fun.
guys
I
back with
thought it
us.
was timed. Is it
What's that?
pronounced X or is it
No,
time?
it's,
It was
it's
like a
no
time.
the X is silent. It's just
It's
Hunter Hunter.
Oh, yeah, it was on the. That's like it's five
I
Yeah.
from the
mean,
Spot
I
family.
mean, how
when you do it in the
oh Lord,
title and stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
that is.
Javon was saying in your
Well, I
break,
just say X. It's
Quelly,
supposed
you
to
should
be
ask
X.
Quelly.
yeah.
That's a
Title.
question you ask off a stream.
I don't want to be like, bro, she put you on
I
blast
did.
That's
in,
a great
I
round.
in
Go
all
ahead.
did.
situations. Like, bro, it's come on. We
Hey,
gotta
the X is whatever you want it to be. The
Yeah,
X is
like
whatever
say
you
it.
want it to be.
Like, we gotta do all of that.
yeah,
We gotta share me from the people. We gotta share us and get.
yeah.
God damn, because
That's
it's
crazy.
been episode 39 of the Otaku Summit. We had Bey Entertainment, like I said, they will be back. We will be back again to continue this hot topic, which is probably
Definitely.
going to shake this pod and have a very deep argument that is probably going to unfold. So this has been the teaser, the preview, the little snippet of what's to come. So until next time, guys, remember follow us on our Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Hit us up in the Discord to chat and everything. And until and we do this, guys. We do this every end of every pod. This is the Otaku Summit, and we are derived from ninjas of the Okage Summit. We have to end the pod in the most appropriate way. So after every pod, we say a poof because we just disappear.
Oh, I thought we had to do hand signs or something, but I was about to say.
Oh.
No.
Because I was ready either way. I just want to know what to
Stay
expect.
ready. Gotta stay ready. Now we don't have the budget yet to to actually poof and disappear yet, but working on that, working on that. But
Uh,
till then, we just say it and we just end it enthusiastically. So yeah, let's get yourself ready. So like I said, this has been the end of the Otaku Summit, and until next time, guys, we will see you later. Poof!
Cool.
poof.
Drop it.